Hello, beautiful listeners. It's model and undercover agent Idopher, here to give you a bit of a recap. So, it's the Prison Break crew versus the Emperor's cronies, and I'm leading the charge. Sure, they get a few hits in, some of us get hurt, but at the end of the day, we get away clean, and the other Flynn bites the dust. We get a couple hours of sleep, and then next morning, it's Operation Topple the Bastard. We sneak in under cover of the city, being all, forced into the central circle. Then everyone on our side is ready to go. We made a beeline for the Emperor, but things got complicated very quickly, and the Emperor unleashed his weapon that started, killing everyone. His soul harvester, turning everyone into payment for the Hell Lord. I won't lie, that thing freaked me out. Things were going crazy in every direction. People were dying. We were in the middle of it. Then above our heads, a 5-headed dragon god must have decided she didn't like Marvelous's Hell Lord guest in her backyard, because she multi-flamed it to death. And then she turned her power on Ymir City. Frankie, Karen, Flynn and I bailed at the last second and barely managed to scoop little Silver down into the sewers before hell literally broke loose. I have no idea what we're walking into now.
Everybody, and welcome to the terrible adventures of the Janice and Breford's Parchment Company. My name is Penny D. I'm going to be your dungeon master today, and congrats to Poppy for coming up with our trivia today. I actually don't have a character, nor are there a lot of characters still alive, but I think I'll say if Silver Tyminius was a dog, he would be a King Charles Spaniel.
Yeah.
Yes.
That makes perfect sense.
Not only does it have the word king in it, Google says that they're gentle, happy, loving dogs, and also they're pretty little, and he's just a little guy, and he's still alive, so that narrowed down my ability to apply that quite easily.
That's so cute. I love that.
God.
Hi, I'm Poppy. I play Idopher the Tiefling Rogue. And if Ido was a dog, I think he would be a little Shiba Inu, because
Cute.
they're really cute, but they're also little bastards. Like, they're so rude and yappy, and they'll bite you, and they just cause lots of mischief.
And you always forgive them every single time because they're so cute.
Exactly.
Yep.
And also they're quite catty, and I think we all know that Ido's more of a cat than a dog, but
Yeah.
you know.
Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I play Frankie, the human artificer. And if Frankie was a dog, he would be sort of a toss-up between a lab and a retriever.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Because they're very smart, very loyal, but also kind of dumb.
Yeah,
Kind of
exactly.
silly.
They'll do anything for you.
Yeah.
Really smart for how dumb they are. Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. They have no right being that smart.
It's so funny because, when I was thinking of Frankie as a dog, I was like, oh, that's a greyhound. Just because you're so lanky.
I mean, that also, too. It could be a weird greyhound lab retriever mix.
A really strange mix, eh?
Yeah, just the strangest.
I had a good
Very
one.
awkward.
An awkward motley boy, but we love him for it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Liz, and I play Karen, the Dwarven Barbarian. And if Karen was a dog, she would be a dog that is tenacious. It would be small. It would have an innate desire to dig. And it would be considered a family dog. But
Is that because she's a gossip queen, just wondering? Like, wants to
No,
do
it's just literally because she's a dwarf.
it's because she's a
Oh,
dwarf.
fair. Okay, sorry.
But also, yes, a gossip queen. And a dog that loves to see prey, go after it, and not stop until it's achieved its goal. So I thought that Karen would be a terrier, but specifically a rare breed of terrier called a Sealyham, because they're quite unusual and pretty to look at. And they're often
I'm googling it.
I'm googling it.
They're
yeah.
often show dogs
Oh,
Ooh.
cute.
because they've got
yes.
this weird but really striking
have beards?
coat.
And as an extra bonus, they're one of those dogs that looks like they have a little mustache, which
Exactly.
Karen's got a beard, so even more
Exactly.
perfect. Love the idea of Karen being like, "Oh yes, I'm a rare Welsh breed."
Yeah.
Of course. Not one of those common breeds.
So that's a good follow-on to Flynn and his dog choice. So Flynn is our favourite halfling bard, and I am Nathan who plays him. But more importantly, the dog that Flynn I think would be a short-haired fox terrier because they're very
Yeah.
small, fearless, very
Yes.
halflingish, but also really affectionate and intelligent and a little bit of playful. So
And I think like the yappiness of the dog makes up for you being a bard and also a salesman.
yep.
And they're quite small dogs, and you're a halfling, so that's also pretty appropriate.
Yep.
And they never stop until they get their prey also. But in Flynn's case, his prey is making his sales goal.
It's a sale, yeah.
Profit. The prey of profit.
Capitalism.
Capitalism.
But anyway, this isn't a dog comparison podcast. It is a Dungeons and Dragons podcast.
Mm.
We're getting ready to wrap up our 9th arc, the Wish Scroll. How's everybody
9
feel about
arcs.
playing? 9 arcs. We're almost
my
done.
God.
Wow.
How does everyone feel about playing some Dungeons and Dragons today?
Let's
so
go.
excited!
Yay!
From below the crumbled tower, the hatch that leads below shakes the rubble from it and swings upward and open. A person looks out over the destroyed metropolis. Who is it?
Who went in last?
Karen and Frankie were kind of last.
I reckon Karen would.
What? Karen's probably trying to comfort the child.
Oh yeah,
Then,
yeah.
then it would probably be Frankie.
Frankie, roll me a perception check.
Oh, perception.
He's so good at those.
Maybe I should have looked.
That's a 16 perception.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
The DC was just 10.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I rolled 11 on the dice.
You see a barren, destroyed wasteland, lit by the twilight orange glow of the portal above. Trees are stripped bare, and what remains, petrified and lifeless. Hundreds of skeletons of all sizes and shapes lay scattered, with no discernible difference between those who were fighting and those who were fleeing.
Oof.
Past the park, what remains of buildings lay as rubble, torn apart by disaster. And in the distance, a gargantuan 5-headed dragon flies imposingly above the destruction, breathing 5-colored death on anything and everything still standing. Nearby, amongst the wreckage of the execution tower that was your destination only minutes ago, you see a skull with the distinctive horns of Mr. Marvelous and a partially melted golden crown now permanently fused to it. There is nothing for you up here but heartbreak and death. Frankie, you close the hatch and you descend the ladder to your waiting friends.
Frankie is like ashen, and he doesn't say anything other than he's just like, "It's all gone. It's gone.
Well, what? The portal?
The tower?
Everything.
Ymir City?
Ashes."
Wait, what?
Oh.
Oh, now we really need to undo this wish.
And Ido is gonna go up the ladder and have a look for himself.
Roll me a perception check, Idopher.
Alright.
Actually, no, roll me a constitution saving throw.
Oh shit. Okay. 14.
You poke your head out of the hatch and you see everything that Frankie saw. And you are just able to hold down your breakfast as the just sickening reality of the entire city burned to the ground and destroyed hits you like a ton of bricks.
Ido, is there any sign of Marvelous?
Friskin is gone, and everyone from the hideout is gone, and
Oh.
he starts to
Hey.
hyperventilate.
Oh, okay. Come sit down with me, and we're going to get through this together, okay? And she kind of takes Idopher's hand and pulls him down to sit next to her and makes him hold hands with Silver and they all sit in like a little trio, all holding hands with each other.
Oh.
And they're just kind of sitting there and trying to calm down.
Guys, I know this sounds horrible, but it's going to be okay. This world was created because of a wish. So if we get
Who
the
would
wish
wish
fixed,
this?
Well, I don't think he wished. I think he miswished. You know those kind of myths that when you have like the cool wishes, and then there's always like the moral of the story, like you wish for gold hands and you touch your cat and then your cat's gone. It's like this.
At this point, like, Ido is incredibly frustrated with everything. Like, he thinks that Flynn is just completely... He's not treating the situation correctly. And in his frustration, he takes out his dagger, runs at Flynn, and, like, holds it to his neck. You don't know what I've just lost. Maybe you're not from here, but we are.
Flynn, roll me a history check.
15.
There's nowhere to go on the surface, but you know of a place underground where this all started. A place you were brought to set off this whole mad timeline. And you know that there's a doorway there. Maybe you could use it to escape to the hives.
Is it through the kids' hideout back into the underground, like, market that with the dragon?
You are in the kids' hideout now, and this is where Cherish brought you when you originally went down to the lab. So you could get there from here if you wanted to.
Okay. Flynn puts his hand on Ido's heart and he said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I forget that this world is your world. But either way, we can fix both worlds. We can maybe we can make our own wish. A good wish."
Then tell us how.
So, I've been here before. There used to be lots of, he's not going to say lots of kids there, because then he thinks like, where are the kids then? So if it's not too caved in or anything, you know, we can go back along here down to the underground where it was like a underground, yeah. Follow me.
Wait, are you talking about the market?
No, it's somewhere different. Look, and he kind of like using his hands. Has Ida removed the dagger, or is he still mad?
Oh, he's still mad. You haven't really done anything to make him feel better.
Okay, so
You've been very unsure of yourself, like.
Yeah, so he's like hand flapping because he kind of trusts that you're not actually going to like hurt him more than like a scratch, but he's still like, he doesn't know how to fix it, so instead he's like bull-biting past, like, to try and sell you on this idea of moving somewhere else, because that's his fix, right? We can move forward. We can't move back. We can't change what horrible things have happened, but we can move forward and do what we can. If you follow me, I know where to go.
And from next to Karen, you hear a sniff, and the boy emperor looks over at you and says, "There's only 5 of us. And there's no point in making that any smaller. So, if it's okay, our options are to sit here and fight, or maybe we can try to make it better." Flynnvar, roll me a performance check with advantage because you have help from Silver.
14 and 18. 31?
31.
Oh, really?
Idopher, they have a point.
Yeah.
You know that killing this guy, who, let's be honest, is a bit weird but hasn't directly tried to hurt you at any point since you met him, probably not going to make anything better.
Is Flynn kind of like just at the bottom of the ladder with like back against the wall sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm just gonna like slam my dagger into the wall behind him, just out of anger, like he's so frustrated. Whatever, just tell us where to go.
Follow me. And he starts navigating over like the debris.
Flynn, make me a survival check.
A good way to remember to survive things is to not step on things that haven't been stepped on before. Frankie says, so that you can have plus to your...
I love how Flash of Genius in this world is Frankie just nervously stating the obvious.
And everyone's like, yeah, I hadn't actually thought of that
That's
before.
a great idea. Thanks,
Right.
Christy.
Plus 5 to your roll.
Oh, cool. Thank you. So
Nice.
that is a 15.
Yeah, the DC was 13.
Nice.
Thank
You're
God.
welcome.
Thanks, Frankie. Flynn like kind of adjusts. He's like, yes, of course.
Wow.
Thank you.
It takes a little longer because some of the tunnels have collapsed from the attack, and because it's dark and not all of you can see in the dark. But eventually, maybe it's kind of hard to tell time because you're all, let's be honest, suffering from PTSD.
Just a little.
Eventually, Flynn leads you to a sewer intersection, and in the middle of the water part, there's just a big circular hole that leads downward into the darkness. And from below, you can hear the echoes of people screaming in pain.
What the hell? Where have you brought us?
What
yeah.
is this place?
Sorry, I forgot about that bit, to be honest.
What do you mean you forgot
about
that
the
bit?
people screaming?
No, I mean, I didn't forget about them. I just forgot that they might still be here. Because we as a team in my world, we freed... Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
Idopher and Karen, roll me investigation or arcana checks, your choice.
+0 to both of those.
Well, Ida rolled a 25.
Okay.
And Karen
more than
rolled a
meets the
natural
DC.
20.
Okay.
Mine was investigation.
Mine was Arcana.
The two of you together, this place that Flynn has led you to freaks you out. But Idopher, you recognize after a second that the screams seem to repeat. And if you listen longly enough, they actually start cycling. Karen, you are able to see that this is very likely a magic spell that is causing some sounds to play from down in the tunnel. And it's likely a warning placed here to deter nosy visitors.
That is pretty intelligent, actually.
Well, someone clearly doesn't want us here.
Yeah, well, it's
All the more reason why we
part of
should
it.
keep going.
Flynn like taps his head and he's thinking back and he's like, where to next? It's been a while.
Yeah, sure, Flynnvar, I'll just tell you for free, no need to roll. You need to go down the hole.
Okay.
When you came here with Cherish, you had to abseil down.
Oh, that's right.
So I'll ask you guys as a group, how are you going to get down the hole to the lower level? There's probably 120 feet to scale down. So it's quite a hefty hole. You can't just jump. You're going to need some kind of strategy.
I don't suppose any of you have feather fall.
No. Sounds like a no to me.
Surely we've got some rope then.
I feel like Frankie... Can you fly again today? Or was that a once a day kind of thing?
That's just a spell, but
Okay.
I don't have unlimited spell slots.
That's true.
Penny, would we have rope?
I'm going to let you guys improv what equipment you would have, because the thing is, you had time to prepare this morning, right? You left the Resistance headquarters, you knew you were coming to do this mission, so I'll let you guys tell me what equipment you would have with you.
Okay, I feel like Ida would have had one of those, like, hooks on the end of rope, just because, I don't know, he's part of a spy agency, like...
That's
Yeah, I'd
true.
say a grappling hook feels in character for this version of Idopher.
Yeah, I think he's just going to pull that out of his bag and be like, oh, that's right, I bought this. You guys know how to climb or, shimmy down a rope?
Yes.
The rope attached to the grappling hook is only 35 feet long, so you're gonna need more.
I've got a 60-foot rope that I always carry as part of my life because I'm short and I'm terrified of being stuck at the bottom of a cliff. Oh.
All right, you have 95 feet of rope.
Frankie would just have the general, adventurer's pack because he is prepared for everything. But that is Frankie.
Okay.
And I'm going to say that Karen is a dwarf. And when dwarves prepare for going places, they always prepare to dig their way out of trouble. So she would probably have light mining equipment, maybe like a pickaxe, a shovel, maybe some pitons.
Karen's like the leader of an underground,
Yeah.
similar to Ida, like a spy thing. So
Yeah, but underground version. So she's got all of the digging equipment, the stuff that you might need to hold things down or hold things up. That kind of stuff.
You're not really the leader of an insurgency anymore because your insurgency now has membership of one.
Me. Yes.
Oh, no,
But don't tell Karen that yet. I
Yeah.
think she might have a breakdown.
Yeah. Just sort of a
So you have rope and climbing equipment. Flynnvar, this moment reminds you of being down in the Underdark and everyone climbing down that big cliff after you met with the drow. Just quickly, can everyone just roll me Pick one person to roll an athletics check, and then that will be your score for climbing down this rope.
I
Who's
would
got
not
the highest
recommend
dex?
myself.
Not me.
Okay, I'm
I
a
got pretty good
plus.
dex.
I'm a +9 for athletics.
Yes,
Yeah.
roll.
Okay, I will roll.
And add another +5 to that, because when you abseiling down, it's all in the knees movement. Bending knees is important.
Thank you for that, Frankie. That's really helpful. Sincerely.
Guys, last time I came down here, I also fell.
Too late. 24.
Well, I've got this spell. I've got that spell that creates like I could prepare to cast like a gentle, slope for us if we need to towards the end. If I go first.
So Flynn, I'll just give you a heads up that the way that falling works in D&D is it's weird, but it happens instantaneously. So only a spell that costs a reaction is able to be cast, and usually only Featherfall is the only spell you can cast mid-fall. So I'll just give you a heads up that I'm going to go by rules on this, that you would not be able to cast Wall of Force if you started falling.
But also, Karen rolled fantastic, so we're fine.
Also Karen rolled. Karen, what was your score?
24.
Oh, cool.
I could have rolled better, but hey.
Flynn, it's uncanny how similar these people who, yes, they're the same as your friends, but not quite the same people. It's uncanny how similar the experience of abseiling down this tunnel is to your experience climbing down the cliffs in the Underdark.
Except this time, I won't fall.
Yeah, this time Idopher does try to do like a cool swingy maneuver, but he actually lands it. So maybe
Nice.
his spy background somehow
Help.
altered this for him. And you by the time you get to the bottom and Karen catches you as you went last this time, you are overcome by a sense of deja vu of just how similar this experience was to that moment in the Underdark.
My team. He just says wistfully. And he goes like, what?
Is everything okay?
Yes, but for the next bit, if you can't see in the dark, you should probably do something about it.
That's
I
so
won't help, but you
helpful.
could probably
That's
do
so
it.
helpful.
Flash genius.
In this room that you have all climbed down to, there are several exits that are blocked by metal grates, but also there are two large, heavy iron doors set into the stone wall that have torches on either side of them. It appears that Flynn was telling the truth about your destination. There is some kind of place here.
Guys, I don't know who will be around, so we need to be careful or prepared to fight.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine by me. I am very ready to kill.
Yes. He's just like rubbing his throat.
Who was down here last time you were here?
Well, come here, guys. So we need to go through the iron doors. But there's quite a lot behind the doors. It's deceptive. And once you go down the hall and into the room, I found last time I was here I was poisoned, so it's a little bit muddy. But basically Marvelous was there, and there was this evil scientist with lots of eyes, which is not really a person, and he was on this trolley and it went.
Do you think we could roll, like, I don't know, history or something to see if we know what that is? Because that's
Not based off that description.
Oh, damn. Wait, so there's a guy, a paraplegic with lots of eyes.
At the moment, you're expecting an evil scientist with lots of eyes.
Okay.
Sick, alright.
But yeah, he really messes with your mind, guys. So you have to be prepared to not trust what he says.
Okay, well,
Because I think he was
going to
actually
trust anyone.
manipulating Marvel, and I'm a bit worried about that because I have a feeling that Marvelous isn't the big bad guy, and it terrifies me.
Well, yeah, no, there's like a huge dragon out there now. I think he's probably the bad guy.
No, I mean, well, yeah, well,
I think
I'm
the
pretty thankful for
dragon.
that.
Maybe Marvelous is the puppet. We need to find the puppet master.
Yeah,
The person pulling the strings.
and this thing, mad scientist. I don't want to say thing because that sounds a little bit racist, but this mad scientist, ball of gook and eyes and teeth and mouth is very smart, and he. Some things he said when I was trapped, and it makes me think he was, definitely pulling the puppet strings for his own reasons, as well as working along with Marvelous. So,
Like, aside from anything, you said you were poisoned last time. Does that mean there's traps down here we need to be aware of?
Or did someone poison you?
Well, no, I drank a potion because
How have
they
you
tricked
got
me.
this far?
Because I had you guys. We're a team, and I know that. team
Did you
makes
come
us
down here
stronger.
alone?
Well,
Man, if you were a dog, you would be a terrier for sure.
oh, what color one? No, wait, guys, we've got to move on.
Can I try the door and just see if it's locked?
It's not locked.
Okay.
Easy.
It's also a lot lighter than you were expecting.
Oh, okay. Potentially
Okay.
not just painted as an iron door.
I guess let's move on then.
Give me a second, guys. I'll scope it out for a second.
Okay.
You open the door and you creep through, and the first thing that you notice is that on the other side of the door, it's suddenly a lot warmer and a lot drier. Like it's magically keeping out the damp and the cold and the moisture of the sewer.
Okay. Do I see anyone?
Do you have dark vision?
Yes.
Cool. Roll me a perception check.
All right. That is 16.
What you see ahead of you, there's a hallway, not long, 30-foot hallway lit by torches. There seems to be a door that, it's not even like a closed door, it's more like an open archway that leads off to the right about halfway down this tunnel, and then at the end of the tunnel, you can see a room with a lot of clutter and devices and beakers. There appears to be some sort of science lab at the other end of the hallway. Just like Flynn said.
Okay. Huh. All right, so are we hitting up the lab first or this other room?
Are you asking me or are you going back out?
Oh, I'm asking Flynn, sorry.
Well, we kind of have to go through it, but the lab was where I remember kind of mainly being.
Oh, okay, so we'll just go straight to the lab then.
Flynn, roll me a history check.
Unnatural 20.
The door to the right, in that room, there's a large, heavy iron box attached to a pulley system, and underneath that box is a white door, and that white door should take you to the lava fall room where you fought the Drider once upon a time.
So Flynn, he's like, oh, I don't remember. Oh my gosh, the box. And he's like, I know you're probably going to get a kick out of this. How are you feeling at the moment?
Excuse.
So in the other world, we were on the other side of this wall, and because it's like sealed metal, right? You can't get through it. So through the right door, there's this box, and they were taking payments from this underground place. And then when we were on the other side of it, on this fun adventure, not really fun, it was terrifying, we wanted to find out what was on the other side of the middle door, which is obviously where we are now. And you wanted to stuff me in that box because I was little.
Yeah, no, that sounds like me.
But on the other side of that box, if we could somehow get everyone into the box, there's a door that leads to out of here, but then we wouldn't know more information. We'd just be able to
Yeah,
escape.
but where would we go?
What do you mean by out of here? Tunnels? Tunnels to outside of Ymir City?
That's a magic door system.
Oh.
A magic door system.
Yeah, one of them leads to a nice temple with a lovely dragonborn lady who makes the nicest coffee.
Frankie,
Yes.
there's discussion. This discussion of the side room is really interesting. But there's also some kind of, they describe some kind of science lab ahead, and you are kind of
Already
itching to
walking.
check that out, because maybe you can find a way to make a solution to your problem using the resources that are there.
Yeah, like science, guys, and I'd like to check out that science lab because, I might be able to create a solution to our problems.
Yeah, and technically, you said there was someone there, and I kind of feel like we should get rid of them.
I don't know if we can.
How do you feel about this, Silver?
He looks up sharply, like he almost was paying attention to something else for a second.
Oh.
And then he smiles kind of sadly at you all, and he says, I'll follow you wherever you want to go. I'm with you. If we can find a solution in that lab, great. That would be my preference rather than just escaping.
Okay. Well, how about we try the lab first then?
Sounds good to me.
You all go through the iron doors, and it's warm and it's dry.
Oh, my skin.
You didn't realize how cold you were until you stepped through those doors.
I thought it was just heartbreak.
You walk forwards, and up ahead to the right, as Flynn described, there's a large chamber with no other exits, and there's a big, heavy iron box sitting in the center of the room with some kind of pulley system, although that pulley system appears to have no cables attached to it at the moment. So even if you wanted to lift the box, you might not be able to.
Strange.
I would like to go ahead of the team and scope out the actual lab again and just see if there's anyone in there.
Sure. Can you roll me a perception check?
That is 21.
Yeah, you sneak ahead a little bit, light on your feet. You go up to the entrance to the next room, and you peek around the corner. You can see a large, quite a big room, quite a large, messy room, full of desks, papers. There's lots of bookshelves, a lot of books left open, left open, sitting on desks. There appears to be at the other end of the room another exit, but you don't see anyone here in this room.
The coast is clear, guys. Come on.
All right, let's see what we can find for Frankie.
You all walk into the room and you start, looking around. You start poking at things, looking at things that are in beakers, and a voice calls out to you, bouncing off the stone walls. Ah, some tasty mortals plating themselves up in my lair.
Guys.
What business do you have in this place?
Who are you? Where are you?
Guys, that's him.
What do you mean that's him? What do you mean? Who are you?
Ah, look at this, the fail-safe. And Flynn, you know that he's talking about you.
Yes, it's me. I'm back, Mr. Fliblufflegum.
Another version of me created this world. It only takes a genius such as myself and the existence of the wish scroll here to know that this is an altered timeline. This other version of me, he would have kept you whole in case we needed another go around. I wonder how many attempts it took to get everything so perfect.
You mean Flynnvar? Have you been working with this
We never should have trusted him.
scientist this whole time?
What did I literally say?
Frankie, what he's describing is like, you would know this, is like how sometimes when you test things, you give some people a placebo?
Yes.
So that you can check the results versus the unaffected results.
Yes.
This is what he's talking about, something along these lines.
No, Flynn's not a part of this. He's probably just a placebo.
What?
A what?
What?
You know what? I think Frankie needs to talk to this disembodied voice. Mr. What was your name?
I am Xergohs.
Xergohs. It's good to meet you, Xergohs. Do you know what's happened to Ymir City?
You see, small, tasty creature, this thing is an altered timeline. They'll always be doomed. This is why we had a chump cast the wish for us, so the failure would fall on them. And see, this is why I contacted Tiamat and informed her that a Hell Lord was so brazenly insulting her. And thus, you see, I made the doomed timeline work for me. Now I have no bothersome pests above my head, and all the magic that I need to do my work.
You are the one who did this? Show yourself.
Idopher,
Yes.
you feel a tingle down your neck, like you're being watched. And suddenly, memories of another life flow through you. You remember working at a parchment company, finding magic amulets, fighting monsters, a surprising amount of geese, and adventuring with the people in this room. You remember standing on a balcony of a tower and realizing you had been tricked, and a white light coming from everywhere. And then the tingling feeling in your neck goes away, and the vividness of those memories begin to fade.
But what, Mr. Sourpout? What?
Yes, Ido.
Ugh, guys, my head is burning.
What have you done to him?
Do you think that I am in the habit of explaining my genius to vermin who mean to foil me? No. I just want to taste your despair on my tongue.
Well, it's very polite of you to say that you think that we can stop you. I appreciate that.
Frankie, you're taking all this in, and then there's like a squelch as like a clear liquid kind of drops from the ceiling onto your shoulder. And you look at it and you're like, okay, this is a science thing. And then you look up as a ball of teeth and eyes and hellfire becomes visible above your head. And that main eye, that big main eye attached to him, was pointing in Idopher's direction only a moment ago and is now closed, which you would guess might have been what caused Idopher's moments just now. The big ball of eyes and teeth and hellfire smiles a big toothy grin and opens his main eye as all of his eye stalks begin to glow with hellfire magic. Roll for initiative. Well. Happy New Year from me, Penny, your DM. Welcome back to JBPC. Some quick messages and then we'll get this arc all wrapped up. Thank you very much to our Patreons for supporting the show. James Courtwright, Sam Sarah, Waffles loves you and hopes you have a good day. Claire McDonald, Jules Bergesser, Violet, Shobna Lee, Alex Moore, Lyndon Hood, Jesse Wesson, Disturbed One NZ, Andrew Evans, Luna Chris, William Evans, Steffi James is awesome, and Danielle, the tea lady of the tea. I have just uploaded the new backstories that were handed out to Liz, Poppy, and Steph at the beginning of part 2, so if you're curious about what they were reacting to, stop by our Patreon page and check them out. If you're curious about bonus content and our extra clips featuring backstage tomfoolery, you can support the show at patreon.com/jbpcpodcast for as little as a couple of bucks a month. Music credits thanks to Nefix for Born a Rockstar (instrumental), Track Tribe for Dream It and No Indication, Jeremy Blake for Final Girl, Jeremy Black for Firestarter, Fans in Japan for Late Night Train, Nathan Moore for March of the Hares, God Mode for Melancholia, Jung Logos for Mysterious Strange Things, DivKid for Polymetric Juggling, Bobby Richards for Tack, and Anno Domini Beats for Sinister and Warzone. Our next episode, Smoko 8, which is the series' last Smoko episode, will be out in 2 weeks on January 21st. After that, we're going to take a little break so we can record some new content, but we'll be back soon enough. Alright, that's all from me. Let's get back to the episode.
Oh.
21.
Dr. Xergohs got 20,
Bugger.
which is cool because I never roll high on initiative for enemies. You go.
Karen got an 18.
I got 12.
I'm got a 10.
At the moment, the creature is currently hovering in the air above you, 20 feet up. So if you want to melee it, you're going to have to get creative. Is that cool?
That's
Yeah.
cool. I wish I had basketball, Karen.
Yeah, that's actually quite lucky for me. Like last time I tried coming up with an enemy that was hard to reach, you just flung yourself at them.
Just basketball, Karen.
Penny, how big's the room?
Let's say 80 feet long, 40 feet wide, and full of desks, bookshelves, and tons of clutter. So you can tell me, what's near you, and if you're climbing stuff, what you're climbing. Frankie, this creature is turning to look at you with its main eye. It is your turn. What do you do?
Frankie is going to try and shoot at it with hot wire, trying to aim for his eye.
Cool. Go ahead. Roll me an attack roll.
Pack roll, hot wire, go! Oh no!
Oh no!
That's a natural one!
Oh no!
Frankie now!
Frankie, no!
You shoot your cool invention at the beholder, and it simply opens its mouth and just bites the crossbow bolt and severs the wire.
No!
For the rest of the fight, you'd need to use an action in order for hot wire to function the way that it does.
Now I just have a normal crossbow.
Oh.
Bonus action. Cry a little bit.
On Baldur's Gate 3, that's one of the most prominent buttons is just cry a little bit.
Yeah, that's what I do all the time.
Yes, date the
actually,
podcast.
I think I've decided to. I'm just going to reload the game and then re-engage the combat.
Yes, date the podcast.
No, so for movement, I'm going to maybe try and step back from him a little bit. Just put a little bit of distance.
Are you trying to take cover?
Yeah.
Cool. Roll me a stealth check. If you get over 15, you can have half cover, and if you get over 25, you can have full cover.
Okay. That's a 16.
You duck behind a sort of large, big marble slab thing that looks like it should lay like a human body down on it, and you duck down behind that. The beholder does not have line of sight to you.
Okay, thank God.
Sorry, half cover is +2 to AC.
Yep.
Yeah. And I'll
Sweet.
say for the sake of this, also +2 to saving throws
Okay.
that require a beam or something.
Oh,
Which I don't know why I would say that, because there's probably nothing going to happen
That's
like
not
that.
going to happen. Penny, you know that. That's not going to happen, but it's good to know.
Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
No, I've already actioned and I've already cried and I've moved, so that's my turn.
Okay.
Bonus action to cry.
It is Xergohs' turn. Xergohs is going to laugh at your attempts to fight him, and he's going he's going to turn his main eye towards Karen. Karen, while you are in the gaze of his main eye, you remember your other life. Then he is going to use 3 eye rays. So Beholder is a really fun D&D monster because I don't pick who it shoots or what it shoots people with. I'm going to roll I'm going to roll a D6 because Silver is also in the room. And on a 6, I'll re-roll.
Okay.
So that's going to choose its targets, and then I roll a D. Actually, I'm going to get you guys to roll the D10s for me for what kind of beam it's going to shoot you with.
Oh, so if it picks us, we have to roll.
So, number 3, I'm going to go by order of initiative. So, Frankie's 1, Karen's 2, Silver's 3, Idopher's 4, and Flynn is 5. He got a 3, so he's going to go for Silver. Since none of you are Silver, I'm going to roll a D10. That is going to be a 3, which is a Fear Ray. The targeted creature must succeed on a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw. Let's just see how he goes. Oh, shit. Well done, Silver. He got a 19.
Yeah.
That's our brave little emperor.
The monster blasts him with one of his eye beams, and Silver tanks it, and then kind of like sticks out his chest a little bit and like clenches his fists, and tanks through it. Does not work. Second eye ray.
That's because teenagers aren't scared of anything.
Exactly. Except homework, am I right?
Second eye beam is a 1. Frankie, can you roll me a D10?
Oh no. D10 for Frankie, go. That is a 3.
You're also going to get hit by the Fear Ray. Can you roll me a DC, with the +2, can you roll me a DC 14 Wisdom saving throw?
Wisdom saving throw. Ooh, that is a 12.
Oh.
You are frightened for 1 minute, and you can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of your turns, ending the effect on the success.
Okay.
So you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the creature is in your line of sight, and you can't willingly move closer to Xergohs.
That's fair.
And the third eye ray, that's a 6, so I'm going to re-roll. That is a 5. Flynnvar, can you please roll me a D10?
That is a 4.
Could you please roll me a DC 16 dexterity saving throw against a slowing ray?
So that's 18.
You passed. The slowing ray does not affect you. So the Beholder, 3 of its eye stalks, which by the way you notice are sort of like a light with that dark red hellfire that you've noticed, shoot these rays at Silver, Frankie, and then Flynn. Silver and Flynn managed to either tank them or get out of the way. Frankie, who had an ankle sticking out from behind his hiding place, does get hit by his. He's then going to use his movement to float toward you guys, and he's looking right down at you. So he's currently 20 feet straight up from where Karen is, which is in the center of the room, not close to any of the walls.
Okay.
Karen, it is your turn. You remember both of your lives.
That is crazy. That seems like it would psychologically damage her. What she's going to do is she's actually going to run over to one of the walls where I would imagine a bunch of experiments are happening. There's like bubbling beakers and smoke and mirrors and all kinds of stuff going on there.
Yeah, absolutely. Bubbling beakers, smoke and mirrors in that order, yes.
Yes. There's like
That's 15 feet of your movement.
Cool. And she's going to arm sweep the entire table.
Okay, what are you trying to achieve?
She's crashing his experiments to the ground. She's destroying his house, and she's yelling at him at the same time. Come down and face us, you coward!
Okay. When you run out of his sort of like direct line of sight, those memories disappear again, but you know that they're there. The experience of remembering them doesn't go away. Can you just roll me a quick Arcana check to avoid starting a fire? And actually, before I make my ruling, is your intention to try and start a fire, or are you just trying to break stuff?
I'm just trying to break stuff. I'm trying to get him angry enough to stop hovering around on the ceiling and to come down.
Okay. Can you please roll me an Arcana check? Which is also a science check for me.
science check.
An 8. Karen is not very
yeah.
scientific.
Some of the chemicals that you knock off the thing begin to mix together, creating some noxious fumes.
Cool.
If you are still here at the end of your turn, you're going to take some poison damage.
No, I'm not. I'm a dwarf.
You are resistant to poison damage, but not immune to it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no.
Okay, then she's going to run over to another wall, which I'm going to say has a bunch of books on it. It's his library. And she's just going to start trying to knock over the bookcase.
Okay. So we're going to say on the east wall, from where you guys started, there is a cloud of poisonous gases that is slowly growing. And yeah, Karen, that's fine. You've used your action, so you're over by the bookshelf now.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
Just berate him. Just
Cool.
yell at him.
Roll me either an intimidation or a persuasion check.
Lovely. I love doing those ones. Oh, that's a 10.
Yeah, not quite. He sees what you're doing. He sees that you're trying to go to him,
Yeah.
and he knows that he has the advantage as long as he is in the air. It is Silver's turn. I'm just going to roll a quick investigation check. Silver rolled a natural 20.
Oh my god.
Silver runs to different desk drawers and starts like rifling through everything. And he says to Frankie, he said the wish scroll still exists here. It has to be somewhere in this room. We can fix this. The natural 20 is him knowing for a fact, picking up on that, and knowing for a fact that the scroll is somewhere here in the room. And he's just going to start like pulling all the desk drawers out, not even like politely looking through them, just pulling them out and tipping them out.
Good boy.
He does this with 3 desks that are in the area of the space that you're in, 1/3 of all the drawers, and you guys do not see something that would resemble this scroll. Next up is going to be Idopher.
Okay, so I just wanted to check. Am I suffering from like psychic damage or anything because of me seeing my previous life or nah?
No.
Okay, sweet.
Once he's not looking directly at you anymore, those memories went away, but there's no psychic damage involved here.
Okay, sweet as.
If you want to know what's happening, you can roll me an Arcana check.
It's not worth it for me. Mine's so trash. But that's okay. I just, like, honestly, I think Ido just wants to kill Doctor Xergohs?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm assuming there's some boxes near me.
Absolutely there are.
Perfect. So I'm going to...
Crates even.
I'm going to hide behind one of those.
Cool. Bonus action.
I'm going to use... my bonus action to hide.
Cool.
And that will give me advantage.
Roll me a quick stealth check.
Okay.
Like, he has a lot of eyes. You need to beat 17.
Oh, I did. I rolled 18 and my stealth is 11, so...
Cool. Yeah, you have hidden.
Perfect. All right. So, I am going to hit him with my short bow,
Cool. Yeah.
and because I have advantage, I will also use sneak attack.
Absolutely. Yes, you will.
Perfect. All right. So that is a 19 to hit.
19 hits. Yeah, well done.
Perfect. All right. And
Roll me your damage.
6. So 21 damage.
Very nice. Because you did this, can you just quickly roll me a d10?
Yep. D10 is this one. That is a 6.
Until your next turn, if he rolls a 6 on his eye raise, that eye stalk is out of commission for the next turn.
Sick.
Ooh.
Well done. Now that you've attacked from your hidden position, you're no longer hidden, okay?
Yeah.
At the end of Idopher's turn, he's going to use a legendary action, which is going to be another eye ray. That's a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Idopher, can you roll me a d10, please?
Yes. 7.
He's going to use a sleep ray against you. Can you please roll me a DC 16 wisdom saving throw?
Okay. No, that was a 6.
You blast him with your bow and arrow, and in return, one of the eye stalks blasts you back with this like very soothing, like warm, soothing hellfire effect. You are now asleep for 1 minute, or until another creature takes its action to wake you.
Okay.
Flynnvar, it's your turn.
Can I dive to where Ido is and then just land on him?
It'll take your action to wake him up if you want to do that.
If I do that, can I do a bonus action to cast Counter Charm, or do I need a whole action to do Counter Charm?
Counter Charm, I think, only works if people are trying to do something to you. Can you just read it for me?
Yeah. So you gain the ability to use magic notes, power to disrupt mind influencing effects. As an action, you can start the performance until the end of your turn. During that time, you and any friendly creatures within the 30 feet of you have advantage on saving throws against frightened or enchant.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, that's actually really good. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Is counter charm a bonus action normally?
It says as an action in the
so you can't do both on the same turn.
Okay, well, I'll just slide near to Ido then.
And start the counter charm?
Yeah.
Cool, perfect. So if you get any charm or fear effects, that's going to be in play. What does your counter charm performance look like? Are you just like shouting encouragement to everybody?
No, so he's going to be heckling a little bit. He's going to be saying to Dr. Frankenfur Design, Gorgleblush, he's going to just be like, every time he says his name to get his attention, he's going to be changing the name he calls him, and he's going to be saying over and over again, "You're just an overly growing eye, big hippo. You're just a big toady boy," and just like changing like little
I've
niggly
got
things
a
like that.
lovely bunch of coconuts.
Diddly-dee. Yeah, perfect. So that is Flynn's turn over. At the end of Flynn's turn, he's going to take another legendary action. That is going to be a 5. Flynnvar, this one's against you. Roll me a d10.
Oh, that is a 7.
That's a sleep ray against you. Does the counter charm do anything about sleep effects?
Is it a charm?
It doesn't say so. No, charm ray is its own thing.
It just says disrupts mind influencing effects.
I'll tell you what. You can have a +2 on your wisdom saving throw.
Okay, thanks. Oosh. 11, 12, 13.
That is a failure. You needed 14 to pass.
Ah, no.
So you also fall asleep.
Okay, 99.
Like just on top of Idopher.
Yeah. And then my cool counter charm goes away too.
Cool. I'm going to say because you guys are asleep on top of each other, one person can use their action to wake both of you at the same time. Frankie, you're up.
Oh god. Okay. So he is not looking towards me.
Not with his main eye, but he can see you with all of his other like big ugly eye stalks.
Okay. I
see what you did there.
Yeah.
God no.
I mean,
Were you just waiting for one of us to do that, Penny?
Yes.
The ceiling. What kind of infrastructure is hanging out on the ceiling, sort of above him?
So there's it's kind of like reminds you of like a cathedral. It's like a large sort of like curved ceiling that sort of meets in the middle, and there are some large sort of stone, like there is some rebar and stuff up there that's kind of holding the whole thing.
Okay, I probably can't get those down. I'm trying to figure out a way.
Roll me an intelligence check.
That's a 19.
The ceiling itself is made of cobbled stone, but the rebar is wood. And you know that despite the fact that it's warm and dry in here now, that rebar's been here since this room was constructed, and it has likely been affected by the damp of being down in the sewer.
I would like to... Is there some rubble around me that weighs between 1 to 5 pounds?
Absolutely there is. Tons of that.
Okay. What I would like to do is cast Catapult.
Okay.
And catapult some rubble at one of the beamy things above him. Try and force him to land, or at least come lower.
Okay. I'm going to say the roll to hit on this is going to be... because it's still strong, I'm going to say if you can hit 18 or higher, then you can succeed on this.
Okay. Natural 20!
Oh, hell yes. Well done, Steph. You look around you, and you put your hands on a wrench. One end is like a classic wrench, and the other one is like a pick, like it's sharp. And you put it into your little apparatus, and you shoot it. The beholder, like one of his eye stalks, sees it coming, and he giggles and sort of moves out of the way. But that was part of your plan the whole time, as the sharp point digs itself right into the perfect spot where the rebar and the wood meet each other, and the rebar like cracks and the end of it just begins to swing down. It's going to hit the beholder. I'm going to give you a choice. Either it's going to do 3d8 bludgeoning damage, or it's going to bring him down to ground level.
Oh god, I don't know. Can I consult with the group?
Go ahead. Yeah, of course you can.
I don't care if I have ranged attacks. But
Bring him
I'm asleep.
down.
Okay, Karen wants him down.
Yeah,
Bring
Karen wants him down, and that's a little scary. So I'm going to say bring him down.
Cool. Yeah, the rebar hits him and basically just brings him all the way down to ground level. It doesn't crush him, but he is sort of wedged in there for a second.
Nice.
Come on down.
Anything else you'd like to do with your turn, Frankie? Well done, the natural 20.
Yeah, really good.
And can I use some of my movement to start making my way towards the sleeping pile?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, you're using your full movement. You could get all the way there.
Yep. And then I would like to just duck behind the pile and pretend that I am also sleeping. Ha ha ha.
Oh no!
Oh, so sleepy.
Sure.
Constable.
Okay. You have half cover behind your unconscious friends.
Yeah.
And
You're
also,
welcome.
because of the cool strategy that you did and the thought that you put into your move and the natural 20, I'm going to give you inspiration. DM additive cumulative inspiration that you could use on a subsequent turn or distribute to another player.
Okay, that's cool. Thank you.
At the end of your turn, Dr. Xergohs is going to use his final legendary action for the round. They refresh on his turn, so this is his last one for now. That is a 1 that is going to be against you, Frankie. Frankie, can you roll me a d10?
Of course. Okay,
Asleep.
D10. I am asleep. I roll a 6.
Thanks to Idopher's arrow, the eye stalk that
that's
tries
right.
to zap you with a telekinetic ray actually sort of misfires and a little bit of weird sort of like backfire, hellfire kind of goes off. He's going to take 1d6 fire damage.
Hell yeah!
He's going to take 4 fire damage, and the eye ray does not go off.
Nice. Thank you.
Teamwork.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
We're certainly dreaming.
Okay, it is Xergohs' turn. So the first thing that happens is his legendary actions refresh themselves. Oh, whoops! And the next thing that happens is he's going to try, and he's currently trapped under the rebar, so he's going to make an athletics check to try and get himself out.
Does he have arms, or is he literally just...
No, he's just a ball of goop with a bunch of eye stalks coming out of it and a big toothy mouth. He is unfortunately unable to unwedge himself from
That's
the rebar.
right, bitch.
So not only does he not have the ability to choose which way his anti-magic cone goes, he can't move. So he's going to
Yay.
use his 3 eye rays. So let's go ahead and roll 3 d6s and find out who's getting hit. That's a 1, a 2, and a 4. So first one, Frankie. Second one, Karen. Third one, Idopher. So all of you roll me d10s.
Frankie rolled a 2.
Karen rolled a 7.
Oh, I rolled a 2 as well.
Okay. Against Idopher and Frankie, he's going to use paralyzing rays against both of you. So it's like one beam that just goes straight through Idopher and goes to hit you as well. Frankie and Idopher, can you both please roll me DC 16 Constitution saving throws? Idopher, you have disadvantage because you're asleep.
Fair enough. All right.
And Frankie, you have +2 because you're taking cover behind Idopher.
Ah, yes.
You are kidding me. I got 16.
I got
That's a
18.
That's a pass.
I got 18
Yes!
plus 2.
But I'm also still asleep, right?
Yeah, so both of you pass, but neither of you are paralyzed by this. Somehow an unconscious Idopher is not affected by the attempt to paralyze him. And Frankie manages to just hold Idopher's sleeping body up, and it just hits him square in the chest. Doesn't get Frankie at all.
Yay!
Karen, what was yours?
It was a 7.
That's another sleep ray. Can you please roll me a DC 16 Wisdom saving throw?
Okay.
Look, we've had a hard year.
Everyone gets a nap.
Everyone gets in there. I actually rolled a 15 plus 1, which is a 16.
Yeah, so he goes to shoot you with the sleep ray, and you're able to, you get drowsy for a second, like a little bit drowsy, but you're able to tank through it. You do not fall asleep. That is Xergohs' turn. Karen, you're up.
All right. I would like to rage, please.
Yeah, fair enough. I feel like you've got enough motivation here.
Kick his ass.
Yeah. So, if you could go ahead and roll me a charisma saving throw, please.
Oh, because of the demon curse. Oh, okay. That's a 17.
Oh, very nice. It looks like this turn your friends are keeping all their blood on the inside, but you rage, and this deep red bile rises up from within you.
Yeah.
And you feel your skin tingling and your forehead aching as the protrusions further extend out of your skull.
Ew.
It's very nauseating, and it further fuels your emotions. What would you like to do next?
As part of my bonus action to rage, I can also pounce forward 17 feet. Will that get me to Xergohs?
Absolutely, yeah. I'd say maybe 20 feet to get all the way to where he is, since you went over to the east wall.
Yeah.
But yeah, 20 feet easily will get you over there.
Fantastic. And as she runs so fast, so very fast, over towards Xergohs, she summons her temperate great axe. And I'm going to be choosing fire damage.
Okay.
So I would like to hit him.
Go ahead, roll me an attack roll.
I am not using reckless attack, but that is a 19 to hit.
19 does hit.
All right, fantastic. And I rolled 14 slashing damage and 3 fire damage.
Okay, that is a total of 17.
And then I'd like to hit him again, please.
Yeah, go ahead, roll me an attack roll.
That is a 16 to hit.
16 does not hit.
All right.
Second hit, he catches your axe in his teeth
Oh.
and begins laughing.
And Karen begins laughing back at him as well.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
They're both just like scream laughing at each other.
Cool. Into Karen's turn, he is going to take a legendary action. That's 2. Karen, roll me a d10.
9.
That is a disintegration ray.
Oh no.
Karen,
Oh my god.
can you please roll me a DC 16 dexterity saving throw? This is from a source you can see.
Oh, thank God. That's an 18 on dice.
So you passed, so unfortunately you did not take 10d8 force damage. One of his eye stalks comes around and goes to shoot at you, and you're able to like dodge out of the way, and you could smell burning hair. Like some of your hair just got completely disintegrated. That's how close you were.
That's crazy.
And I'm going to say that the eye ray shoots past and also like disintegrates a large portion of the stone wall. There's quite a bit of structural damage here now. Silver looks around at what is happening, sees all the destruction, sees the fighting going on. He's going to run over to where Idopher and Flynn are asleep, and he's going to use his action to rouse them.
Cool.
Good boy.
So both of you are no longer asleep.
Thank God.
And then he's going to run over to the next set of desks, determined to see if he can find the scroll that the Beholder was talking about. Idopher, you're up.
Right.
You wake up to find Frankie holding you. You don't know that he tried to use you as a human shield. It feels tender. Your turn.
I take a very short moment to just enjoy the fact that I was being cuddled by him.
Oh.
But then I'm straight into the bloody action.
What I would like to say is, none of you are really melee people, so I'm not sure if it would do anything for you. But you all have advantage on melee attack rolls because I'm within 5 feet of Doctor Xergohs, and I'm currently a wolf totem spirit.
Oh,
Nice.
well, thank you, but yeah, that isn't quite relevant to me.
Thank you.
Okay, I am going to.
I mean, Idopher totally is a melee character. He's got his sword and his sickle.
That's true.
Yeah, but I'm not about to get close to this bitch.
He also does range attack, so it doesn't really matter if you get close or not.
Sorry, I don't think I can put him asleep because I don't know if I have high enough level to put him to sleep based on his.
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okay, that is a 15.
He's a pretty large lad. He's a pretty bulky boy, and what that means in terms of mechanics is that they tend to have a lot of HP.
Yeah.
You'd guess that he still has more than 100 HP left.
Okay. Thank you for that. In that case, I am going to use my bonus action to hide again.
Roll me a stealth check. You need to beat a 19 plus 12. You need to be a 31.
Oh,
I need to
wow.
beat 31.
You need to beat 31.
Fuck. No, I got 20.
Even with your awesome stealth bonus?
Yes. I only rolled 9.
He got 19 on dice plus 12, so
Oh my God.
Well, he's an ass.
you duck down, but you could see that one of those eye stalks saw you go and knows you're there.
Son of a gun.
But where you ducked down, I'd say didn't really use any movement, so you still have your full movement left.
God dang it.
Could have run up and hit him with a sickle.
How far am I from him?
You're easily within your movement speed to where he's currently trapped.
Oh, okay. So I bring out Command's backup and Hecate's resolve. I run towards the boy.
So you're running towards Silver, got it?
Oh my god. Okay, I run towards Doctor Xergohs.
Thank you.
And I am going to attempt to hit him with these 2 weapons.
So it would take your bonus action to hit him with your
Oh,
offhand,
that's right. That's a bonus
but you
attack.
can still hit him with your main hand.
Yeah, I'll just hit him with commands.
Cool, go ahead, roll me an attack roll. And I think you have advantage because of Karen's thing.
Sweet, thanks, Karen.
Yeah.
So I got a 26 to hit.
26 definitely hits.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame. That's the roll that was on. But I will do.
And you do have sneak attack.
Oh, okay, sick.
Yeah,
That is fantastic.
because we're adjacent.
Cool. So there's 10, 12, 15, 16, 17, 23.
Nice. Yeah, you go and you like stab him just like straight in with your rapier. You like bury it up to the hilt in his gross body.
Good.
Nasty body.
You draw it back out.
And that is my turn.
End of your turn, he's going to use a legendary action. I think this is, I did one after Karen. I did one. Yeah, okay, so this is my second one. That is going to be a 2. So that's Karen again. Karen, can you roll me a d10?
Oh my god.
Yeah, this guy,
Karen's 5. Hey, at least I'm showing off what a beholder can do because I'm rolling different ones every time.
True.
You got an innovation ray. You're going to make a
No!
DC 16 Constitution saving throw against necrotic damage.
Oh my
Oh
god.
dear.
Constitution, though. Surely that's quite high for you.
It is. Let me just... Okay, so that's an 11 on dice plus 7. That is an 18.
Yeah, so you pass, but this is one of the few beholder eye rays that still does half damage on a successful save. So you're going to take 38 damage halved as he blasts you with necrotic damage.
Ow!
So that's 19 necrotic damage.
Owie, owie.
Ow!
That is going to be the end of Idopher's turn. Flynn, you're up. You are now awake.
Cool. I'm going to move towards Karen and Ido.
Yeah, you get there within your movement speed.
Cool. And I'm going to cast freedom of movement on
Xergohs, so he can get out of where he's stuck,
No,
right?
no,
Of course,
Yeah.
yeah.
no.
Yeah, no, on Karen.
Cool. What does freedom of movement do?
For the duration, which is 1 hour, movement is unaffected by difficult terrain, spells, and other magic effects. Can neither reduce the target's speed nor cause the target to be paralyzed or restrained. The target can also spend 5 feet of movement to automatically escape the non-magical restraints, such as manacles or a creature that has it grappled. Finally, being underwater poses no penalties. Okay.
Cool. Can I just ask you one more question? Does counter charm require your concentration?
Yes.
Okay, so you'd need to stop concentrating on counter charm in order to. Does freedom of movement require your concentration?
No, it just says casting time, 1 action, components, VSM.
Yep, doesn't have a C.
Yeah, if it doesn't say concentration, then you're good. You still have counter charm up, which means you're blocking charm and fright effects, and now you're also blocking any effects that would restrain or cease Karen's movement.
But I was casting that on both of us. Is that too many in one turn?
Does it say how many targets you can pick?
I can do it at higher level.
It says a willing creature, and there is no rules for upcasting, so
Okay,
there's no
fine.
way to make it target more than one person.
Cool. I'll just stick with Karen, and then I'll just slightly move some behind Karen.
Cool, that is fine.
Oh, I would love to Bardo the party. So I'll cast Bardic Inspiration, and I whisper yell, "We can pop those pimply eye puckets."
Who are you targeting with Bardic Inspiration?
I know, because they're beside me.
Cool. Idopher, you have a D10 to use as your Bardic Inspiration dice.
Thank you.
All right. Flinvar, you're juggling a lot of things. You're heckling him, you're casting spells, and you're encouraging Idopher all at the same time. Whoever said that Flinvar is not a man of many talents. End of Flinvar's turn. I'm going to use one last legendary action. Let's get another one of these eye beams happening.
It's
That is
not.
That is a 5, so that is going to be against Flynn. Flynn, can you roll me a D10, please?
I can indeed.
Roll a 6.
Ugh. 5.
No.
That is going to be innovation rate as well. Can you roll me a DC 16 con saving throw, please? You're going to still
my
going to take
gosh.
half damage on a success.
Is this an attack?
It's not actually.
Damn it. Okay.
They're all saving throws. None of them have attack rolls on them.
I would like to grant a +5 to his saving throw, please.
Cool. Does that consume your reaction?
Yes, it does.
Cool. Just making sure.
Yep.
That's a 19.
So yeah, you passed. You're going to take half damage. So that's 29, half down to 14 necrotic damage as he blasts you with one of his eye stalks.
Oh, I hate how they're called ice stalks.
Nice little mixture of necrotic and hellfire damage blasts you. Next up, after Flynn, Frankie.
Okay, Frankie is. I'm just gonna whack him with a firebolt.
Cool. Go ahead. Roll me a spell attack.
That's another natural one.
Oh my god.
If you want to block the natural 1 penalty, which is probably going to make you hit an ally, you can use your inspiration here.
Yeah, I'll use my inspiration.
If you roll another natural 1, it's going to be double bad.
Okay. Okay.
What are the chances?
You can do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Okay. That's a 19 in total.
Oh, you.
Nice.
Not only do you avoid the consequences of a natural 1, you also hit him.
Yay! Oh, thank God. Okay, gotta breathe. Okay, that is...
At this level, is it extra d10s? Is it like 3d10?
Yeah, it's 3d10, so that's in total 30 damage.
Hell yeah.
I rolled 25 total damage plus my savant damage is 5, so that's a total of 30 fire damage.
Nice. You do a nice big blast of fire there, and some of the nearby rebar that he's trapped under does catch on fire. It is Xergohs' turn. Only Karen and Idopher are adjacent to him, so he's going to do his 3 eye beams before he tries to move, because I am aware that you have Sentinel, Karen, and you will not beat me.
I might.
Oh, damn it. For some reason, I rolled a d20, and I rolled a natural 20, and now I can't use it. That's not what this is for. Okay, eye beams. Let's go. One of them's a 6, so I'll re-roll that. So we've got a 1, a 4, and a 5. So first one to Karen.
No, Karen's 2.
First one, Frankie. Second one, Idopher. Third one, Flynn. All of you roll me d10s.
Okay.
I don't know how many more I could go.
I got a 6, baby!
Woo!
That effect was only for one turn, so it does work now.
Penny, stop that. Stop it.
I did say until your next turn.
You probably did, but I wasn't listening.
So that's going to be a telekinesis ray. Can you please succeed on a DC 16 strength saving throw?
No, probably not, but alright.
I'm sure you can.
Strength. Okay. That's a 15, so I still lose.
Oh.
You are going to be restrained as a psychic energy. It's just going to pick you up. You are going to be moved up and away 30 feet, and you are being suspended in the air by telekinesis, and you also are restrained.
Is it something I need to do a saving throw for each turn, or?
Your speed becomes 0. Attack rolls against you have advantage, and your attack rolls have disadvantage, and you have disadvantage on dexterity saving throws. Let me see. Until the start of the beholder's next turn, or until the beholder is incapacitated. So you're going to be restrained until his next turn.
Unless someone kills him.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Frankie and Flynn, what did you guys roll for your d10s?
Rolled a 3.
Flynn got a 2.
3 is a fear ray, which I believe is affected by Flynn's counter charm. So what does counter charm give you in that instance, Flynnbar?
You have advantage on saving throws.
Cool, so go ahead and roll me a DC 16 wisdom saving throw with advantage.
16.
You pass. In your mind, frightening images of this beholder just eating your body. You manage to push them out. No, he's not eating your ass. He's eating your body. You manage to push them out. You actually make it funny, me being like, haha, he's eating my ass. And you're not frightened. Flynnvar, you got a 2, is that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Can you please succeed on a DC 16 Constitution saving throw?
I mean, yeah, I'd love to. So 23.
That passes. So he tried to paralyze you, and you were able to shake it off.
Oof.
I'm getting all these conditions, and there's a thing called Death Ray, and there's a thing called Disintegration Ray, which I'm not getting at all. So let's just keep this going until I can start blasting you guys with some death and disintegration.
You already tried the disintegration on Karen. Don't.
Cool. So now I'm going to roll a athletics check to get out from under the rebar.
Oh.
He is no longer restrained. He is going to attempt to fly away.
Good. I attack him.
Yeah, you do. There it is.
Yeah.
Can you make a quick little charisma save for me?
Crap. Okay. That's a 16.
Bugger. 16 is the DC. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
That's a 19 to hit.
19 does hit. Yeah, go ahead. Roll me your damage.
18 damage.
18 damage.
And I also stop him where he is.
That a girl. Yeah, he tries to float away, and you sink your axe into him and just leave it in there so he can't actually fly anywhere without trying to drag you along with him.
Good.
And as we have discussed, Karen's a bottom heavy gal. It's difficult to drag her anywhere.
No, you can't pick her up.
That is Xergohs' turn over. Karen, you're up.
All right, let me hit him again.
So you are maintaining rage this turn?
Yes. Yes, I am. And I'll make a charisma save. And I'll grow some demon horns. And I'll turn Karen into a horrible little beast. And that's a natural 20.
Hell yeah.
Let me hit him again. Oh, that one not so good. That's a 14 to hit. I don't think that does it.
That does not hit. No, that misses.
All right. I will roll again. Oh! That is a 27 to hit.
That does hit.
Better.
Go ahead and roll me your damage, your great X damage, please.
I would like to add the 1d6 of ice damage.
Cool. That requires your bonus action. I think can only be done once per long rest.
Yes, that's fine. 20 slashing damage because I rolled a 12.
Damn, that's so good.
And then just two frost damage because I didn't roll that good on that one.
End of your turn.
Yes.
End of your turn. He is going to roll a I-beam. I'm just going to keep... Guys, I'm just going to keep doing I-beams. I don't know if you've noticed a pattern or not.
No, really? I feel like we should have been aiming for his eyes, but that's okay.
That's okay.
That is going to be a 3, which hits Silver.
No!
Let's see.
Oh, young boy.
Oh, shit.
No!
Oh, no.
Penny.
No.
Oh no.
A beam shoots out. Silver needs to make a DC 16 Constitution saving throw. And he rolled a natural 1.
No!
The beam shoots out and hits Silver, and he crumbles into dust as he is disintegrated.
Penny.
The one job.
He turns around and he looks at you all, and he's like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
I'll stop that.
And he crumbles, and then something else happens.
Oh.
Penny.
A couple of episodes ago, the administrator told you that if Silver died, then all of the holy servants would die, and that would collapse the portal. I want everyone to please roll me intelligence saving throws, please.
Oh
my God.
Including Xergohs.
Okay, that's
20, 29.
The DC is going to be 16.
Good, because Ido got a 16.
Cool, pass,
Karen also got a 16.
pass,
I got an 11.
fail. So I'm going to roll some dice. So we're going to take 8d6 psychic damage.
Oof. Wow.
Flynnvar, you're going to take 27 psychic damage. Everybody else is going to take 13 psychic damage as the feedback from all of the hellfire that was only available to you because the portal was open starts to rip through you. Oh, all this hellfire that you've been using to access your magic is just burning you from the inside out.
Jesus.
Frankie, Idopher, and Karen, you look at each other and you can see yourselves just overcome by this dark red fire that is, after a moment, sucked into the amulets that you wear around your necks.
Oh.
Flynnvar, you are not so lucky. You are ablaze with hellfire, and yours is not going out just yet. Meanwhile, the Beholder himself has become a dark red ball of fire, shooting eye rays here and there and everywhere, just and other than that, the earthquake that is happening because of this just sudden, there was magic and then it's been ripped away from everything, is shaking this whole place. Due to the structural damage, things start to fall, rubble is starting to fall. You only have a matter of moments until this place is likely to be buried.
The scroll! Get the scroll! Get the scroll!
It is Idopher's turn.
Am I still restrained?
It's supposed to be until the start of his next turn, but he is currently being consumed by hellfire, so I'm going to say that you drop the 30 feet down to the ground. You can roll me an acrobatics check to land cat-like on your feet.
I got a 16.
Yeah, you land cat-like on your feet.
Alright. So, sorry, had Silver found the scroll or no?
Not yet.
Would we have noticed where he had been looking?
All of the drawers he checked, he ripped completely out of the desks.
Okay, I'm going to rummage through the closest unopened drawer.
Cool, so just checking, you want to just look at where's close to you? You don't want to scan the room or anything like that?
Yeah, no, I think I will just go to the closest one. Do you think with my action I'd be able to rummage through 2 drawers or something?
I mean, he did 3 whole desks with his natural 20, so roll me an investigation check, and I'm going to put the DC at 20.
Oh, alright. No. I got a 13.
You start pulling desk drawers out of desks, not really 100% sure what you're even looking for. You just start kicking things over, looking around as the room shakes and dust and debris begins to fall from above you. You do not find anything that you would consider to be a wish scroll.
I will use my bonus action to... We don't even have a thing to lift the box. Is there anything in here that we could hide under that would be weight of...
Roll me a perception check.
Okay, that is 29.
At the far end of the room, there is a glass cabinet with a ceramic tube in it that you realize is probably the thing that you're looking for. In terms of can you hide under stuff? Yeah, of course you can, but nothing's going to be strong enough to like protect you from 200 feet worth of rubble coming down on you.
Fair. Okay, I'm going to use my bonus action to dash towards the cabinet.
You make it to the glass cabinet. The tube. You ever seen Kung Fu Panda?
Yeah, ages ago.
Yeah. In Kung Fu Panda, there's like a cool ceramic ceremonial tube that had the scroll of the Dragon Warrior. This is a legally distinct, different version of that.
Yeah, this isn't the scroll of the Dragon Warrior.
No, this is a different scroll.
Yeah, in a different ceramic tube.
Flynn, you are up. Can you please roll me another intelligence saving throw, please?
Oh gosh, yep. 16.
You pass.
Ooh.
Oh.
So you're only going to take 16 psychic damage. As a little later than everybody else, the hellfire that is consuming you gets sucked into your amulet. You now have some reserves of magic because there is no longer a flow between Avernus and here.
So I'm going to... Flynn kind of looks around the room and sees that Ido's picked up something. I'm going to cast Wall of Force to hold the ceiling up to buy us time, even though I don't know what that does to the rest of the exits and entries. But...
Cool. You see all of the debris and the rubble coming down above you, starting to crush beakers and hit things in the room. And you cast Wall of Force, nice horizontal force field above all of your heads.
Yep.
As all of the rocks and bricks and huge pieces of debris coming down above you from the earthquake are now caught on the force field, buying you a little bit more time.
Can I make it so that there's a circle in the middle of my panel? Like an open circle?
Yeah, sure.
Over the beholder?
Oh, sure. Okay, so you he's right next to Karen. So if you are allowing debris to fall on him, you're also opening up Karen to that.
I'll make it a small hole.
No, it has to be 10 feet by 10 feet.
Wait, the hole?
Yes, because it's 10 foot by 10 foot panels. So if you're leaving a space open, it's going to be big enough that Karen and the beholder would be there. So you are welcome to do that. I'm just going by the rules of the spell.
I will. Sorry, Karen. You're nimble. You've got freedom of movement.
That is true. You can't be trapped under debris.
I sure do.
Okay. That is your turn over, Flynn. Frankie, you're up.
Okay. So we found the wish scroll? Or we found something?
Idopher is over by some kind of tube that looks like it's probably got it in it, but you don't have it yet. It's still in the cabinet.
Okay. I will go towards the cabinet.
Cool. You are there?
And I will reach for the tube.
Cool. You take it. You open the cabinet door. Literally just punch through the glass if you want. Don't even check whether it's locked. You take the tube.
Nice.
It appears to be very powerful.
Can I open it?
Of course you can, yeah.
Frankie's just overwhelmed with power.
God.
His eyes have turned into dollar signs.
I wish I was the emperor. Just kidding. I would just like to open it up and first check that it is the actual wish scroll.
Yeah, roll me an investigation check.
It's just like a IOU one wish scroll.
Imagine that. Oh
God, can you imagine?
That is a 30 for investigation.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, this is a piece of paper with glowing text on it. It's like glowing red, dark red, flaming text on it. And at the top there are 4 letters: WISH.
Wish.
Hey, guys, cast a wish.
What's the wish?
Frankie, roll me a quick intelligence roll.
Intelligence. That is a 19.
Dr. Xergohs told you that an altered timeline is always doomed. So the wish that you make can't be to create an altered timeline. For a 19, I will also give you that Flynn told you that somebody else cast a wish for things to be like this.
Okay. Okay. Frankie holds the scroll. I wish the previous wish was never cast.
Yes, Frankie. Yes.
At first, nothing happens.
Sure, that's...
You're just holding a piece of paper, and the earthquake continues.
Very dramatically.
In a moment of panic, you realize that the world's source of magic has just been cut off, and the energy that you would have used to cast this spell is no longer available to you.
Oh, what? Things busted.
And then your amulet starts to glow as the magic that it sucked in that was hurting you begins to broadcast. And then next to you, the purple amulet around Idopher's neck also begins to glow as it releases the hellfire it absorbed only moments ago. From behind you, Karen's great axe, which is currently embedded in the beholder, disperses into pure magic as a path of hellfire from both Flynnvar and from Karen joins yours, and suddenly you are surrounded by a sphere of magic as things begin to rewind around you. You see the beholder revealing itself in reverse. You see yourselves diving down the tunnel to get away from Tiamat's fire in reverse. You see yourselves breaking into the Ymir City prison in reverse. You see the fateful meeting of the four of you fleeing from the Ymir City guard in reverse. You see the meeting of yourself yesterday morning that you had with your dad when your dad told you he was proud of you in reverse.
Oh, Frankie.
And all of you are overcome by a white light as Doctor Xergohs screams in frustration. And then, Flynn, you wake up to someone hammering on your door. You're back in your bed. It's the middle of the night, and outside it's raining heavily.
Oh my god.
Welby crawls up onto your shoulder, comforting himself against your neck, and a flash of lightning for a moment illuminates your room. It looks familiar. It looks normal.
Yes! Oh, Welby! He picks him up and like snuggles under his face and is like, we've got to go see who's at the door, but we've got to be ready just in case, Groundhog Day.
There's another heavy knock, bang, 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 on your door. And what do you do?
I'm going to pull the knife that's always under my mattress and tuck it behind my back and go and open the door carefully.
Waiting on your doorstep, you were expecting to see Cassie, but instead you see Karen, Frankie, and Idopher all looking steely and serious. A simple look is enough to tell you that they remember everything, and for a moment the four of you stand in the heavy rain, resolved to tie up your final loose end.
It's time to finish this.
Down in the sewer lab, Mr. Marvelous swirls his brandy, admiring the way the blue and green glow sparkles through the amber liquid. He chuckles to himself, checking his broadcasting device and making sure everything is ready for him for his moment of triumph. A crash from the adjoining room pulls him away from checking his reflection in a nearby mirror. Hey Xergohs! I hope you're not messing around with any of your experiments. It's almost showtime. Walking to the adjacent room into the lab, Marvelous stops in the doorway. His brandy glass drops to the stone floor and shatters.
Good.
In the center of the lab, surrounding the corpse of the deflated beholder, are four magic warriors whom he was just moments ago getting ready to expose to the city. The dwarf woman Karen loudly and brutally extracts her bloody blue axe from the large main eye of Dr. Xergohs, and the four turn their attentions to him. He blinks, closes his mouth, puffs his chest out, and takes a heavy puff on his cigar. I don't suppose you would all be open to some kind of agreement? I could make you all very rich.
I think we'd prefer to make you very dead.
What do you do?
Karen leaps forward without her weapons, and she grabs Marvelous's mouth, and she slams him down onto the ground, holding his mouth shut, making sure he can't cast any spells, and holding him down on the floor.
Okay, roll me an athletics check.
Sounds like a grapple.
It is a grapple. I can roll for you. That is an 18 plus 9, a 27.
You are so powerful now, Karen, that this man might as well be made of paper to you. You just grab him by the face, and despite the fact that he's twice as tall as you, force him down to the ground.
Get him!
Okay, sweet. I'm going to saunter up because I can see that Karen hasn't well restrained. I'm going to take my time, just like, ooh, I'm going to have fun doing this. And he brings out his sickle and Conman's backup. No, actually, he's going to take his sickle and his original dagger. And he's just going to, just start slicing at his torso. I have an idea. Can I
Marvelous has been taking tiefling eyes.
Oh, yuck.
You should take his eyes.
Girl, yes. Oh, okay. I'm gonna do it really slow.
Oh, no.
Just head.
Frankie and Flynn, do either of you have anything to add to this moment of brutality?
Yeah, it's very uncomfortable, but
Just sing a song.
no. I'm gonna go pick up a cigar off the floor and smoke it.
And Frankie will just be not partaking in the brutality, but just monitoring in case, like, anyone else is actually in the room, or,
Sure, yeah.
watching your back.
Karen, you hold this man completely helpless. As Idopher, you walk up, dagger in one hand, sickle in the other, and you just take this guy straight in both of his eyes. And you do it slowly, so not to kill him immediately, but so that he can experience the torture that he inflicted on hundreds of other members of your people.
How does it feel?
Ooh.
I'm assuming he can't really make a sound. Well, I guess he
He
can
can't really make a sound because I'm holding his mouth closed.
Mr. Marvelous groans through just like throat groans in response, struggling and unable to scream because Karen is holding his mouth closed. But slowly, the cigar smoke begins to trickle out of his nose as he stops fighting and he just goes limp. Miles below the city he once intended to stand above, finally dead.
Can we take his head as a trophy?
Oh, yuck.
I mean, it's still a family show, so I don't think that's particularly. I don't think that's
I
particularly.
want to make sure he
appropriate.
stays dead. That's my issue.
You can chop his head off.
That's fine. We'll deal with that next episode. Frankie, in your search, a sparkle of blue and green in the room next to you catches your eye. You walk through to the room that Marvelous walked out of, and in there is a massive pile of electrum, taller than even Idopher, all dumped in the center of the room. And sitting nearby on a desk is a familiar-looking scroll case. Roll me an insight check.
That's a 19.
Nice.
Frankie, this thing is dangerous, and if it should fall into the wrong hands, it might be misused in any number of ways. The only true way to be sure that this is the end of it would be to cast it on something that doesn't alter your timeline. From behind you, Flynnvar enters the room and meets your eyes, and you both look at the scroll together. And a moment later, Karen and a slightly bloody Idopher also walk into the room. The four of you look down at the scroll, look over at the massive pile of electrum that will be needed to fuel it, and you look to each other, wondering which one of you is going to take on the responsibility of casting a wish that does not doom your world.
Together, guys, as a team.
It is I, Xergohs, the greatest scientific mind in this plane of fools. Oh, did you think I was dead? Of course you would. Thank you for listening, and remember, always safely test your experiments before proceeding.